Hey, stop scrolling for a second. Seriously, if you earn a salary, run a business, or have any kind of hustle in Nigeria, you need to hear this. There's a brand new tax law in town, and it could have a huge impact on your money. The government has changed the game, and if you don't know the new rules, you could end up losing cash you shouldn't be.
That's right, the new Nigeria Tax Act for 2026 is officially here, and trust me, it affects pretty much everyone, from salary earners to business owners and even state governments. But don't worry, we're going to break it all down for you in this explainer. No confusing jargon, no big grammar, just the straight facts. Let's get into it.
Okay, first things first, let's talk about everyone who gets a paycheck at the end of the month. How exactly is this new law going to affect the average person? Let's take a look.
This is probably the biggest news, and it's a massive relief for so many people. If your annual salary is less than 800,000 naira, that's about $66,000 a month, the government says you will no longer pay any personal income tax. You heard that right, zero tax.
And it doesn't stop there. To help out with inflation, which is on everyone's mind, the government has also completely removed VAT from essential items. We're talking about food, medicine, school books for the kids, and even your electricity bill. All of them now have 0% VAT.
And for those of you paying rent, there's more good news tucked into this new law. You can now get a 20% relief on your rent when your taxes are being calculated. It's a bit of breathing room, and as we say in Nigeria, every little bit helps, right?
But hold on, it's not good news across the board. If you're a high earner, we're talking about people making 50 million naira or more per year, well, the story is a bit different for you. Your tax rate could now go as high as 25%. So the system is really trying to give a break to low earners by asking higher earners to contribute a bit more.
All right, let's switch gears and talk to all the business people out there. For all the entrepreneurs and SME owners, how is this new act going to change things for you? Let's dive in.
Now, this is a very big deal. Before, the government considered a small company to be any business with a turnover of 25 million naira. Well, they have increased that number significantly. The new threshold is now 100 million naira. So what does that new number actually mean for you? It means if your business makes less than 100 million naira in sales in a year, you will pay absolutely no company's income tax. Zero. This is a huge boost for small and growing businesses, designed to help them expand and create more jobs.
You know all those different taxes that always seem to stress out businesses? Education tax over here, the NIT to levy over there. It was a lot to keep track of. Well, the government has combined all of that into one single levy. Now it's just one 4% development levy. Way less confusion and definitely fewer headaches. And here's another major win for business owners. If you buy machinery or pay for services for your business, you can now claim your input VAT back. In the past, you could only do this for raw materials. This is a real game changer, especially for service-based companies and anyone investing in new equipment. Okay, so besides the changes for individuals and businesses, the government has also made some other important system-wide updates that you really need to be aware of. Let's look at the bigger picture. First up, there's a name change. The FIRS will no longer be called the Federal Inland Revenue Service. The new official name is the Nigeria Revenue Service, or NRS. It's more than just a new name. It's meant to signal a shift toward a more unified national tax system. And the system itself is getting a massive upgrade. Everything is going digital. You can now file and pay your taxes completely online, which means no more long queues or hassles at the tax office. Plus, state and local governments will now get a larger share of the VAT revenue. The idea is they'll use that money for local projects like fixing roads and improving hospitals. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out in reality. So, with all this new information, what's the main takeaway? And more importantly, what should you be doing right now to get ready for all these changes? Let's quickly go over your action plan.
It's pretty straightforward. If you're a low-income earner, you need to talk to your employer or your HR department. Make sure they know about this new law and stop making any improper deductions from your salary. And if you're a business owner, now is the time to get your records updated and your books in order. If you comply early, this new system could really work in your favor.
So, at the end of the day, here's the big question we're all left with. This new tax law, with all its changes for everyday people and for businesses, is it actually going to help our economy and our personal finances? Or is it just going to be another government headache? What do you think? Let's start the conversation.
share, like, subscribe to our channel for more updates.